Good morning and welcome back. Sol here, and today is November 13, and we have Dr. T on our archipelago. Dr. T, Tropical Island to be more precise, and we're gonna go ahead and engage him. Sorry, but look what we got here. Oh no, tanks, grenadiers, and medics, guys. I have upgraded most of my stuff, so I only have tanks to upgrade left and medkits to upgrade left. So I think my tanks right now are level, I want to say level 6. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do with tank level 6 and grenadiers level 12 and medics level 13. I think, and we're not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna go ahead and engage him right away. Now with tank grenadiers and medics, it's similar to the riflemen, grenadiers and medics. You want to take out what can take out your meat shield. Right, the tanks are there to protect the grenadiers from sniper towers, from cannons to some degree, and from boom cannons. The only problem is that I only have 6 tanks, so you have to be really careful on how you engage them. So you have to be very precise on what you take out of those boom cannon and cannons, and you have to be very precise on how you shock and what's your approach, because otherwise you are going to fail. So whereas riflemen, grenadiers, and medics are more lenient, are more forgiving, tank grenadiers and medics are not. If you lose your tanks right away because some silly mistake you make, you're going to pay dearly. So we're going to see how far we get. I'm not boosted. I only boosted my power stone chance, and we're going to see. We're going to see how far we can get on this thing. So I'm going to drop my tanks. Really, there isn't anything seriously that can damage me. So there's what, 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 12 free GBE that you're gonna have on the upper right corner, on the upper left corner of the stage. So you want to take advantage of that. If you're low level, if you're using tanks or whatnot, you want to make sure you use that to your advantage. There's 2 cannons. There's 2 cannons and no, 1 cannon and 1 machine gun. So that shouldn't be problematic. And you saw there, like, if you don't have to fear cannons if you don't have more than 5 or 6 grenadiers and a little group. If you have more than that, then for sure fear the cannons, because they're gonna hustle for precision. And in the process of hustling for position, one of the grenadiers, it's gonna be on the range inevitably. So you have to make sure that you either shock it or wait for your tanks to arrive. And you saw, like in my case, I didn't wait. Like, my tanks were somewhere else on La La Land. So yeah, you have to make sure that you take appropriate countermeasures for that. So stage 1 was pretty simple. Let's take a look at stage 2. On stage 2, we have a boom cannon down there, rocket launcher. So definitely, in my case, I'm using a rifleman, tank. I'm using tank grenadier composition. And if I have limited GBE, then I want to ignore this south part. I want to go on the right, and then go on the right, and then go above. Because that way I'm gonna ignore most of that boom cannon. I'm not gonna waste GBE on him, and then take that free GBE on the upper corner, and then go from there. The rocket launcher should not be that problematic if you have medics. If you don't have medics, you can either destroy it so that your tanks don't get wrecked, or you'll shock it. So depending on what your composition is. Yeah, I'm not gonna let my medics go stray. This is now you're seeing one of the main problems with this combination. It's just that the grenadiers are much faster than the tanks. So you have to take into consideration that if you're moving really, really far away, the tanks are gonna get there last, and your grenadiers are gonna be in the front lines, getting damage while your tanks arrive. So if it's a critical movement, you may want to drop your tanks early, let them get a lead, and then after a while, then you flare. Then you drop your grenadiers and flare. That way, everybody gets there about the same time. You see, it's like if you're smoking, let's say, sukas and scorchers, you want to drop. Let's say that you're doing a long run. Let me see what we're gonna do here. Now, there's a lot of free GBE on this side that you can take advantage of. And I have Grenadiers, right? So you have to be sort of smart in a way of what can you do. Well, if I drop my Grenadiers on this bottom corner, they're going to wreck this entire part of the base. There's nothing really that can damage them except the shock launcher. And even that boom cannon on the top is going to probably get destroyed before my guys get there. So I'm going to go on the bottom part now because I have Grenadiers. So I'm going to destroy that shock launcher. Usually that's one of my main priorities with GBE. And then I'm going to drop my Grenadiers right here on the bottom with my medics just in case. You never know what sort of crazy stuff those machine guns can do. Alright, so those Grenadiers are going to town. They're working. They're doing what they need to do. That rocket launcher is really just tickling my troops. Got some Grenadiers diverging on the bottom, going for some GBE. Now here's where I have to be careful. Oh no, he fired. I lost one Grenadier because I wasn't careful. And I was just gonna shock him. That's unfortunate, but nothing we can do. Alright, so this stage we took it out just with Grenadiers. I'm gonna drop the tanks just for good measure. Now that thing, you know, because of the orange patch, you have to be careful when you're smoking troops, especially with Grenadiers, because they're gonna turn around and if they fire back on the same line of your approach, you're gonna lose troops really quick, and that has happened to me a lot of times. So just be mindful of that. All right, so that was stage 3. Not terribly difficult, but if how do you call it? If you don't like that sort of approach, the left side also seem like a good way to go. Can probably wait for that. I'll save my diamonds for the last part. So I was saying with the Scorchers move as you know. I want to say like 30% faster than Sukas do. So what you want to do is you want to drop the Sukas first, and once they have covered 1/3 to 1/4 to 1/3, so between 25 and 30% or 33%. Of the run that you are planning to do with them, then you drop the Scorchers. That way, the Scorchers will arrive at the same time as the Sukas. All right, so let's take a look at stage 4. All right, so stage 4, we're seeing that now he's boosting for the first time. So plus 86 and plus 38%. I'm looking at this map, and again, there isn't anything really serious. I could definitely go straight to the gut, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drop my troops here, my tanks here in the front. I'm going to shock the sniper tower and that cannon just to give my tanks some reprieve. Again, they're not high level, so I have to be careful on how I deploy them. And then I'm going to engage this base from the 3 o'clock position. So let's go for it. I'm not going to do any GBE destruction. I'm just going to, like I said, going to drop some critters. Drop my troops. Shock here. And that should be plenty to give my troops a sort of a little relief for the landing. Now this is not something that if you're low level you want to be doing. For sure. If you're low level, clear those machine guns on the 6 o'clock position. Clear those mines and then go from there. You have to be careful with the boom cannon there, and you have to be careful with the range of the rocket launchers on the right side. But other than that, just straight up approach. Like if you were to drop them right here where that free GBE building is, then you should have no trouble at all. Now in my case, I'm up for having fun, so that's why I sort of dropped them here. I like causing destruction and mayhem. So if you destroy the shock launcher, so I'm going to do it right now. He's going to start being an annoyance now and start shocking my troops. 1 barrage was plenty. this is the thing I like about the Grenadiers. You know, the Grenadiers are crazy. They drop GBE all over. They drop grenades all over the place. But that dropping of grenades all over the place means that you're also getting a lot of extra GBE. You see, I started with 92, minus 12 when I dropped my tanks. I did a shock and a critter pack and a flare, and I still have 136 GBE. You see, I can just do whatever I want right now. And this is sort of the same with riflemen. You get a lot of GBE. Riflemen, Grenadiers, and medics. You get a lot of GBE that you can start using because most of the time you're destroying all of the base before you even get to the HQ. And I don't know what's happening with the stones. I mean, I've been getting crappy stones today for Dr. T. I've been reading on the forums that there were a nerf of the power stone, but you see, I got 2 shards there, 2 fragments, or shards. I always get confused with those. Or 2 of the smallest ones, 2 and 1, 3 of the small one, and then 5 and 1. It's really, I don't know. I want to say crappy, but all right. So stage 5. Let's take a look at this. Remember, I'm down 2 Grenadiers. Where's the HQ? I don't see it. Well, here in the middle. All right, so looking at this base, so we have 1 boom cannon here, 1, 2, 3, and 1 on the bottom, and 1 on the top. So in terms of number of boom cannons that I will have to take if I were to take on this, the right seems more approachable. However, there's more GBE on the left. And also less sniper towers. I want to say sniper towers. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sniper towers versus we only have 4 or 5. So most definitely, I'm gonna take the right side. Just because initially there's less stuff that can hit my tanks, and I'm there's less likelihood of me losing the tank. So what I'm gonna do? Let me see how much health does this have. Yeah, so 10,000 HP. I'm going to take with GBE, and what about the range of this too? Okay, so I'm going to take with GBE the 2. I always look at my end game. So my end game with tanks is where I'm going to end. And if I run a GBE, I don't want my tanks dying, right? So I'm going to take these 2 guys with GBE. So, and probably a lot of other things with collateral damage. Just because the HP is so low. And I didn't, so I only took 2. Now, this 2 right here, I can take out with a single rocket, or keep shock with a single, how you call it? With a single shock. So that's where I'm going to shock. I'm going to destroy these 2 on the top. GB in the middle, a barrage, and then, because with a barrage I can take some of those crates out, which is going to give me some collateral. Yep, and that's it. So now I'm going to drop my tanks. Let me see where I'm going to drop my tanks. I'm going to drop my tanks. I'm going to drop my troops here on this corner. The reason being, I didn't want that machine gun getting some cheap shots on my troops. Then after I destroy these 2, I'm going to move out. There we go. I'm going to ignore that one. I don't need that. I need to start moving because tanks take a long time, and I should have deployed my troops first and then GBE what I needed to GBE later, and I didn't, and that may be problematic at the end, but we'll see how it goes. Now we get that chippy rocket launcher firing. Shouldn't be that problematic. Oh, that boom cannon is on range on my tank, and it lost half of his health, which is not good. Alright, so here we go. Grenadiers are in the front. That sniper tower is going to start hitting them. I don't want to lose them. Oh no, I lost a medic. Shoot. No, I didn't. Okay, I lost a Grenadier now for sure. Yeah, I lost 2. That cannon firing just took a bunch. Oh no, maybe I was down 2 Grenadiers, so. Alright, so we're 2 minutes. We have a pretty healthy lead, so I'm not that worried right now. I'm just going to let my troops do what they do good. And here you see, that problem with the tanks, they fire so slow, they move so slow, and that's in general what I don't. I waited till the last second to upgrade them all. I mean, that will tell you I didn't like them that much. I know people love their tanks. I just wasn't a fan from the get go. So I guess I was late to the party in that sense, but I don't think I missed anything out because tanks take so long to upgrade. When compared to other troops, they cost so much to upgrade when compared to other troops. And I was able to diversify my upgrading schedule so that I was able to take any base that I wanted using any combination that I needed to use, from all Sukas, heavy Suka medics, uh, warriors, riflemen medics. So I think people that play with tanks usually tend to focus on that strategy for a long time, and their game suffers in the sense that they don't get experience on how to use the other troops. I mean, if you are using tanks every moment, every time you get an opportunity, and I can understand why, you're not losing troops, you are losing reload time, but tanks are only useful up to a certain point, from my opinion, and in operations they're not useful at all. So then you don't get to practice those other troop combinations on bases, and then your operation, your task force suffers because you're not being as effective as you should. At the same time, I lost a tank. At the same time, I sort of lost my train of thought. I was saying that you don't get the experience of how to use it, so you're not very useful, or you don't have a lot of experience using the other set of troops. So I lost one warrior, one grenadier, probably because of that cannon on the top. I should have taken it out. I had the GBE, I just didn't think he would have the time to shoot. So I'm gonna reload them. All diamond this. There's no reason to wait. So let's take a look at stage 6. All right, so obviously the left side seems a lot more approachable. Now let's see how much damage this rocket launchers are doing. So 29 plus 19, so that means that they're doing about 35 per rocket. On base, actually, no, let me see. So that's 30, that's 50. So they're doing about 65 per rocket per second. 3 rocket launcher. I might take one of them. I might take the one in the front. These rocket launchers have no range. These 2 cannons. This is an easy stage. So I'm gonna destroy the 2 cannons here in the front, and I'm gonna do it with artillery just because I have 4 structures together. That way I can take them all in one. Yes. So let me then destroy. Let me destroy this rocket launcher right here. Maybe this one too. Well, actually, the one on the back is gonna get destroyed. Hopefully one of those structures is going to get destroyed. No? Alright. So I'm going to drop my grenadiers. I'm going to drop my tanks too. There's no reason to wait. And I'm doing this just because I want those mines on the back destroyed by them. That way I can get some reprieve from those mines if I can. Alright, so I'm already making good progress. Once I destroy that machine gun on the right and my guy starts, there isn't anything that can hit them yet, so I'm gonna let them keep doing what they're doing. Come on, destroy the machine gun. Okay, now I'm flaring. Alright, most of the mines are now clear. The rest of the stuff can really damage my guy. So if you're mid-level, this is an easy base to do. You just have to be careful with the mines and the mortars, depending on what combination you're using. Again, always focus on destroying what can damage your guys. Now you see, normally flamethrowers have no range on tanks. Normally flamethrowers have no range on grenadiers, but because of the tree and because of the bunching of my troops, then that flamethrower had range on my troops, which is hilarious. Or not hilarious, just plain silly. In any case, we're now in the home stretch. The combination of the rocket launcher and sniper tower might prove dangerous if you don't have high enough health. But me having, max level medics, they can outheal that no problem. And you see the oversplashes took them out. Just a few seconds of that nonsense, and then the HQ. It's essentially gonna go down. I'm gonna drop some critters here, just because I have the GB. Some critters. I just drop all my GB there. I'm gonna lose some of them because of the, how you call it, the Grenadiers oversplash and undersplash. So I lost more than half, but I think that the boost in DPS was good enough. So now we're running up to the minute mark, destroying the stuff that needs to be destroyed when you're moving into position. So this is one of the drawbacks also of tanks. It's just the low DPS. So you have low DPS for the Grenadiers, you have low DPS for the tanks. So you're most likely, if you're not efficient, you are going to run out of time. And if you run out of time, it's not good. You're going to lose, obviously. So you have to plan ahead. And like on these stages, I should have dropped my tanks before I even started dropping GB. Sorry. Now let's take a look at this stage. There's a lot of stuff on the right side, which we don't need to worry at all about. Now there's a bunch of mines here, and boom mines, which I need to deal with, because otherwise I'm gonna suffer. So here, there's a shock launcher. That shock launcher is gonna have range at some point, so it needs to go down. This boom cannon needs to go down for sure. These two cannons right here, I'm gonna try. If I have the GB, I'll take it out, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So hopefully, when I park my Grenadiers on this corner and they're shooting this way, they're gonna take out those mines on the back. But we'll see again. So how much health does this have? So 12. All right. So one barrage in the middle. Okay. So let's do it. We're gonna do a barrage in the middle. Here, another barrage sort of here, and then I'm gonna just drop artillery. 1, 2, 3. Good. I'm gonna worry about the shock launcher last. So I'm gonna worry about these two guys first. And when I mean two guys, the two cannons. Okay, so I'm gonna drop my Grenadiers first. They're looking the other way, so I need to instruct them to look this way. Once they take that little container, I'm gonna tell them to focus this way. Okay, and I might need to shock it though, because yeah, I'm gonna lose one right there. Dang it. And now I'm gonna drop my tanks. Come on. Alright. Now that I drop my tanks, I'm gonna move them this way. I'm gonna drop some critters. And that's it. That should be plenty. I'm gonna destroy with this. Shock. I think we should be good now. There isn't anything really that dangerous. Maybe the sniper towers. So I lost two Grenadiers, or one Grenadier, because the way they stacked. And I wanted to save GB. I understand there's a lot of GB on the back too, so a quarter container on the back may not be a bad idea. Okay, once that MG and flamethrower go out, I'm gonna flirt to the corner. There we go. I have GBE now, so I can just throw here, and I only have one. Hopefully it goes down, but I don't think it will. Nope. All right, so now that with the oversplash, that shock launcher just went down, and now it's just a matter of defeating this stage. The question is, are we gonna have the DPS to do it? 1 minute, and the HQ it's about a third of the health, so I think we will. One thing you can do if you're running out of time, it's always flaring them closer. If you flare your Grenadiers closer, they usually throw more accurate shots. But because you have tanks, and tanks occupy a higher volume of space in terms of the floor space, they were spread up again. In any case, Dr. T, stage 7, went down with tanks, Grenadiers, and medics. I'm gonna say in terms of difficulty, I will give this one maybe a 6. I mean, it wasn't the later stages were not very difficult at all. You see, I lost one Grenadier, and made one shard and 4 fragments. Yeah, I don't think it was that hard, guys. So I think for you guys that are mid-level to low-level, or low-level to mid-level, you're gonna have a better than average chance of beating this. Again, my average boost, is 54 for damage, 48 for health, and 76 for GBE. So 92 GBE, and you can see the levels of the troops right there. Well, guys, that's about it. That's what I got for you. I will make a more detailed guide using tanks, medics later on. My tanks are still not able to take on PvP bases yet. Because they cannot stand a cannon shot or a boom cannon. They just get one-shotted. So it doesn't make sense for me to bring tanks if they're going to get killed in one shot anyway. So I'm still bringing riflemen for my PvP matches when I'm combining them with Grenadiers. The same combination, I just replaced those 2 tank landing crafts that I have there with riflemen, and it works very, very well. So in any case, guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching my channel. Please hit that subscribe button on the left side of the screen that just appeared, and check out the videos on the right side of the screen. You might be really interested in them. In any case, thanks for stopping by again, and Solly checking out.